Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 2, Episode 11 of Attack on Titan, and I myself am actually going to be gearing up here to watch the last two episodes of this second season, so super looking forward to it, especially because, judging by what some of the people on Patreon have been indicating to me, these last two episodes are going to be a very high level of quality, quite intense. I have no idea why. Like, obviously, I did not bother to ask about the details, but again, it's just like what I've made up out of the comments. But I have no doubt that it's going to be, quite the climax, alright. I actually find myself in a very similar position now with the end of the second season as I kind of did back at the end of season 1, where I'm asking myself kind of the questions of like, okay, how would the show tackle the amount of questions it's going to answer now and the amount of questions it's still going to leave out there for the third or maybe even fourth season, right? And like, that's the thing, I have no doubt in my mind there's going to be still lots of stuff that won't really be gotten into all that much, but I do wonder, like, because I have a feeling that there's going to be more resolved this time around, like at least some stuff. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think last time around I felt like maybe there wasn't all that much build up yet or something. Like, you know, obviously we had only just gotten that glimpse of, oh, Annie is the female Titan, and, you know, dealing with the female Titan only happened really in those last 7 or 8 episodes of that season, right? And, you know, again, like, that sort of did come to a, you could say, unsatisfactory conclusion where obviously it was kind of stalled, right? Annie is still there, she didn't die, we didn't get any answers out of her, really nothing. But I feel like once again this season, everything has been building up to where we are now, which is of course that our squad, as I keep calling them, I guess, I'm not sure what I should be calling them, but just the good guys, you know, like, that's the easiest way to put it. They're obviously going after Reiner and Bertolt, who have held Eren captive, and, you know, Amir used to be also held captive, but I guess Amir has now kind of joined that team. She actually took Krista with her, or Historia. I still don't know what I should be calling her now, but again, Krista is the way I'm going to choose to call her. But, like, I don't know, there's going to be some epic climax there, right? They're going to be fighting each other, I assume. And I have a feeling, once again, but I could be wrong, but I just feel like because of the emphasis being placed on Reiner and Bertolt and these specific Titans, that their story could end up kind of getting resolved because, and by that I mean that I feel like Reiner, for example, could die at the end of this season. But again, that's just pure speculation on my end. Bertolt, all the same, in all honesty, because I feel like, but that's what we're going to have to then get into, they're only a small part of a much larger puzzle and a much larger network of people behind this whole thing, right? Or whatever it is. Again, like, that's also the weird part that I just thought of. Obviously, the Beast Titan is still involved in some capacity as well, and we haven't seen the Beast Titan all that much, even though obviously he played this giant part, especially there in the first episode already. There's still the cult that we are dealing with, or the religious group that I should say, obeying the walls. There is so much stuff still to uncover, right? That I feel is like much bigger than just this kind of simple storyline in a way that we're focusing on with Reiner and Bertolt, right? And like Reiner and Bertolt right now are planning, I guess, to take Eren back to their village or whatever they called it, right? And yeah, what is that place that they are talking about, and who are there? And again, that's what I'm saying is like this network, right? Which I assume, again, it's just me assuming things, but this whole thing is bigger than what we're focusing on still right now. And so I have a feeling that the smaller, technically smaller stuff we're focusing on right now could see more of a resolution. Does that make sense? So, you know, once again, I guess this is kind of just where we're at. Last episode, as I already talked about, ended literally with Amir there kind of deceiving everybody because it's, for a while, they couldn't make out what Amir was even doing, what her plan was. She was just looking for Krista, took her with her, and now they're all escaping this forest that they were holding up in. While, again, our team is kind of chasing them, right? And so we got a lot of backstory for Amir, which was very cool. But yeah, like that's just where we are right now, the last 2 episodes. I'm very much looking forward to it. I actually have to quickly look what this episode is called, if I can check that real quick, because that might be interesting. It's called Charge. So I assume Charge is very much indicating, again, the team is charging the bad guys, right? Again, I'm using these simplistic names and I don't want to do that, like, oh, the bad guys and the good guys and whatever, but it's just the easiest way to identify who everybody is at the moment, right? So that's what we're doing here. Anyway, of course, if you already want to watch the next 5 episodes, they are up on Patreon, so that means we're already well on the way with Season 3 over there. Of course, OVAs will be up there as well. As soon as I'm finished with Season 2, I'm going to be actually watching a couple extra OVAs that I now should be able to watch. So I think that's like, it's called Lost Girls, I think. Maybe I can watch like 2 parts or something, I believe. Again, people on Patreon have let me know, and I have all of it written down, so I'm just watching it in the order that was being given to me. But that's going to be up on Patreon, of course, as well. So by now, I assume, those OVAs should actually be up. I even reacted to like Attack on Titan in 9 minutes and some other stuff. So I have like cool exclusive content up there for you to watch if you want to. As well as, of course, like I said, early access and full-length reactions. But for now, I've said enough. Let's actually get going here with the last 2 episodes. And in this case, episode 11 of Attack on Titan. I guess Erwin has a plan, as always. I love these shots. Yeah, that's another thing that they highlighted. Mikasa is very driven to protect Eren. Huh. Maybe Krista could still convince her actually to to turn around, or you know, join the good side, if we can even call it that. I will say, but that's the thing, like I still need to really understand the motivation of these bad titans, right? Like, I mean, obviously Reiner did say he was trying to destroy humanity, literally, but like, could that be a greater purpose for that? I have no idea, but like, not that I'm trying to talk it right in any way, but I don't know, I do wonder what that plan is. Now they're blaming her. She's just stuck there in the middle between those two. She stole the power? So that's a thing you can do? Oh wow, so she did get tasked to do this. Well, that's like a quest she I mean, she had a purpose. That's what I'm saying. Like she had that goal for herself, and that's something that I remember speculating about already early on. He's literally hiding in there.
ユミルを殺さなくては。待ってミカサ。ユミルだってライダーたちに従わないと殺されるの。選択肢なんてないんだって。私が尊重できる命には限りがある。そしてその相手は6年前から決まっている。クリスタ、あなたはエレンとユミル、どっち？
Okay, yeah, so... Oh man, this is so confusing, but yeah, so, okay. Yeah, Mia has no choice, like she needs to basically join them because she did something that they are after her for. Or they would be coming after her for. Is Connie only now like finding out? I'd forgotten about that. I love how they're all just convincing them now. Instead of fighting.
どうすりゃみんなで生き残れるか話し合ったのも、おっさんになるまで生きていつかみんなで酒飲もうって話したのも全部嘘だったのか。お前らは今まで
This is kind of giving me flashbacks to that montage in episode 6 where it basically was about like, yeah, it was all a lie.
一瞬でも躊躇すればもうエレンは取り返せない。
誰が人なんか殺したいと思うんだ。
Well, that's, I guess, their motivation that we're getting into now.
こんなことをしたいと思うんだよ。人から恨まれて、でも僕らは罪を受け入れきれなかった。兵士を演じてる間だけは少しだけ楽だった。嘘じゃないんだ。トギー、ジャン、確かにみんな騙したけど、全てが嘘じゃない。 誰か僕らを見つけてくれ。
Someone find us?
ベルトルト、エレンを返して。
ダメだ。できない。自分の手を血で染めないと。お前ら、そこから離れろ。
It's so confusing how his actions don't match what he's saying. Like, okay, you didn't want to do any of this, but here you are doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I want to hear that story, actually. I want to hear what this is about, but obviously we're not really hearing it yet, the full story, so... This is like a rugby match. So epic, man. Military police just looking from a distance. Oh. I guess they shouldn't have gotten themselves so distracted. Oh shit. What the fuck? He's just giving commands like that. Oh, that's fucking crazy. But he's not... Yo, don't tell me something is gonna happen to Erwin.
のままじゃみんなが死んじまう。ベルトルト！アルミン！
Please let Armin be the one to convince him.
何を捨てればいい？
Oh, right. He was in love with Annie.
兄を置いていくの？兄なら今極北のユトピア区の地下深くで拷問を受けてるよ。彼女の悲鳴を聞けばすぐに体の傷は治せても痛みを消すことができない。
I guess he really did find the strategy.
さまざまな工夫を施された拷問が。
His big eyes and soft voice as he's saying all of that. Oh shit. Yeah, Mira's not gonna like that.
私はいいの。私を差し出せば許してもらえるって。私たちはあっち側に行くつもりなの。
なんだそりゃ。ユミルが言ったのか？
そう、だから下ろして。嘘ですよ。そんなん絶対嘘やし、嘘に決まってる。
サシャの言う通りだ。ユミルがやる気出す時なんてお前を助ける時だけだぞ。ああ、ユミルがどうやって殺されるのか知らねえけどよ。お前ら少し落ち着け。
What the fuck?
ライナーの野郎、巨人を投げてよこしやがった。
Yeah, what a titan that was as well. I was gonna say, that looked like the exact same one kind of that killed his mom. Was it? Oh shit. What the fuck? I did not even realize that that could have been kind of a significant one that would make a return or something. Okay. What the fuck is that about? Does that mean that it could be somebody we know actually or something? Or I don't know. Alright, well, once again, there is just so much to unpack here, and this episode was honestly very overwhelming to me. Also because sometimes, like, stuff gets visualized in a way where everything happens so quickly that you're still thinking about this one thing, and then something else is happening, and it all goes so fast, and it's like, what the fuck is even happening, right? Like, something as, I don't know, like an action scene, like, for example, where Erwin suddenly got caught by the Titan. Here I am thinking like, wait, is he dying? Or what's happening, right? Like, we can see him kind of being snatched by his arm or something. Then a couple minutes later, we do see that he's still there. He was actually the one to basically make sure that Eren got freed. Although I think in the shot there, yeah, we see now that he actually like lost his arm, literally. So that's crazy. But obviously, in terms of story context also, you know, I think one of the big reveals there was that all along Amir, well, she talked about how she snatched, or she stole, I guess is the better way to put it, she managed to steal the power off of someone, the power of the Titans off of someone else is what she mentioned, right? So I guess that's a thing, like again, I mean, there is a network of people, and this is kind of what I had been assuming for a long time now, right? There's a network of people who can turn into these Titans, and so, yes, apparently that's kind of a secret that they all share with each other for some reason. And Amir, obviously, we knew already very early on that she was kind of her own team, as I put it. Because Reiner and Berthold, for example, did not know in the beginning that she was a Titan. They found that out literally on top of that tower. And I guess that's kind of what she... Yeah, I don't know if that's what she talked about. Well, Emir talked about how this whole thing with Krista, right? Like, her goal this whole time was basically to, I guess, return Krista then still to those people obeying the walls or something, because... or actually, maybe not to them, but, sorry, to the... this is what makes this whole thing so confusing. But, again, to the network of Titans, or whatever I should put it, because... Krista knows the secret of the walls they talked about. So, again, it's one massive mindfuck at the moment to me, where I still don't know the allegiances. Like, okay, she knows the secret of the wall. Well, what is the secret of the wall, right? I mean, I assume that has to do with the fact that we now know that there's, like, Titans inside of them. And so the people obeying those walls also in some way have something to do with that. I'm using a lot of some things and somehow and this and that, but that's just where we are at still in this show, right? Yeah, but okay, so that was kind of what her intention was all along, to basically be forgiven for her sin of capturing the or stealing the power. Yeah, by I guess getting there to to basically return Krista or something. Now, I actually do wonder, and again, maybe this is something I can actually already find out by simply going through the episode again, but I wonder, like, okay, so did that intention of her change when she got to really know Krista and she grew so attached to her or something? Or was that still her plan all along? Because for a while there, she was definitely, like, obviously still considering rejoining the good side, so to say, right? And just... yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't until later that she decided to just go along with Reiner and Berthold. So, I wonder what that's all about, man. Man, this was a crazy episode. I did not expect the Titan from the first episode to come back. And in hindsight, that one definitely... There was a certain look that this Titan had that killed Aaron's mom, that made her or him or whatever stand out from some of the other regular Titans. Like, I don't know, the regular Titans look like regular Titans, and then she, again, it looks like a she, but still has this particular hairstyle and way it looks that it does make me go like, okay, it kind of looks a little bit different from the other ones. So in hindsight, again, it makes sense that Titan was going to play a bigger role, but I just totally did not expect it to come back here now, all of a sudden, here near the end of season 2, out of nowhere, right? Like, that's the one thing I definitely hadn't seen coming out of this entire episode. So, yeah, again, I'm just kind of ready to see and hopefully get some stuff maybe answered a little bit more in this finale. But if that doesn't happen, then hey, it doesn't happen. I've grown to become used to that and be completely cool with it. So don't get me wrong once again. But so many questions as always. I should mention once again that event that I talked about with Erwin, how epic that was, that he got snatched and still gave the commands to his team as that was happening. Like, he didn't give a fuck, basically. I love that. I loved how Armin managed to find a way to still... yeah, I don't know if he was necessarily trying to then convince Berthold, or if he was just trying to distract him, and if we saw that happening, where Erwin would then be able to kind of come in and free Eren. But the way he kind of, got his attention by talking about what they were doing with Annie, right? I love that as well. Because again, that's Armin's quality, is his communication. All the way back, I once again thinking to the response episode where that became so clear, right? Like, that's where your talent lies, man. And so, again, he was always so worried about that he wouldn't have a role to play, and that he was not the the person in the Survey Corps with the most strength and with the most courage and with the most this and that. No, but he could communicate and he could come up with strategies, and he would be able to convince people and to talk them through things and stuff like that. And so that's once again what he's utilizing here, and I just freaking love that. So I hope my review here was somewhat coherent. It's just, I don't know, dude. It's so much with this show. Like, the episode is only 24 minutes, but I'm watching it. There are so many thoughts racing through my head. events are playing out at such rapid speed that I almost always find myself still having to watch back some parts in the episodes to make sure I got it all right. I'm trying to still give some commentary throughout the episode too, and I don't want to stay like too quiet, and then, you know, so I'm like focused on, oh, am I getting enough thoughts out there in the reaction itself? It's like just all around a very challenging show, honestly, to react to. That's one thing that I've definitely figured out, especially because I started obviously watching Squid Game as well recently, right? Where, you know, that's a great show as well, but it gives me so much more time to actually reflect on what is going on and actually process it all. Whereas this show doesn't. It just goes and goes and goes. And here I am still finding myself having to record reviews and, you know, do reactions in the meantime while it's all happening. It's challenging. I'm not gonna lie. It's just super complicated. So I hope you understand that and you're cool with it, but I'm pretty sure you are. I'm just glad to see you're all loving these reactions. So yeah, obviously, I hope you enjoyed my reaction here to Season 2, Episode 11. I cannot wait to get into the final one because it's looking to be an epic finale, especially with that title once again showing up from the first episode. I wonder what that's going to be all about. But nonetheless, I want to thank you for tuning in. The next 5 episodes are up on Patreon if you want to check those out right away. OVAs as well, they're of course exclusively on Patreon. Full-length reactions, all of that stuff, linked on top of the description, so go check that out. And then I'll see you back very soon.